The monster this village feared never existed, but they destroyed her anyway. The night Abina was born, lightning split the oldest tree in the village square. Thunder shook the ground. Rain came down like the sky was trying to wash something away. And then the baby cried. And just like that, the storm stopped. Not slowly, not fading. Stopped. Complete silence. The kind of silence that feels like something has just been fixed. Some people felt it. The midwife did. But Elder Opanion Mensa didn't feel peace. He felt fear. And when a man like that feels fear, a man people listen to, he doesn't question it. He gives it a name. He pointed at the newborn child and said, "This one carries something we did not invite." And just like that, it was decided. Abina was the problem. Her mother heard those words while she was still lying there, weak, exhausted, holding her daughter for the first time. For a moment, she felt it, that quiet pull, that fragile, terrifying love. Then she let it go. She handed the child away and turned her face to the wall, not because she fully believed it, but because the village did, and she chose the easier side of that truth. Abina grew up learning how to make herself smaller. Sit at the edge. Speak less. Stay out of the way. Don't give them a reason. She followed every rule. And still, it never mattered. But there was something nobody noticed, because nobody was looking. When Abina was near, things settled. A dog known for biting people would go still and watch her quietly. Arguments that were about to turn ugly would lose their heat the moment she passed through. A child burning with fever for days woke up healed the morning after she sat outside their door, humming softly to herself. She never tried to do these things. She didn't even understand them. She just felt something, like pressure being held down, like something beneath the surface. Staying quiet because she was there. But no one saw that, because once people decide what you are, they stop seeing anything else. She was 9 when she tried to be kind. A girl wandered close, curious, careful. Abina made something small from dried grass and held it out. "You can have it," she said. The girl reached for it. Their fingers almost touched. Then her mother pulled her away. Hard. No words. Just fear. The kind of fear that teaches faster than anything else. Abina sat there, hands still out, then slowly pulled it back, and took the little figure apart, piece by piece. That was the last time she tried. Not because she stopped wanting connection, but because she learned something most people never admit. Some people will never allow themselves to be kind to you. Not because of who you are, but because of what they've been told you are. So she stopped reaching, and the silence inside her grew. By the time she was 12, the village had all the proof it needed. Goats died. The harvest failed. A child got sick. And each time, someone remembered they had seen Abina nearby. And that was enough. Fear doesn't need evidence. It only needs direction. And she had already been chosen. One evening, in the middle of the square, a mother pointed at her and screamed. She looked at my son. All eyes turned. Abina stood there. She had words. She had truth. But she had already learned something most people don't understand until much later in life. When people have decided who you are, your truth is just noise to them. So she said nothing. That night she went to the forest, pressed her back against a tree, and breathed. Out there, nothing rejected her. Nothing feared her. The forest didn't need her to be anything. And for the first time all day, she could exist without shrinking. Opanion Mensa believed he was protecting the village. That's what made him dangerous. Not cruelty, certainty. He had seen hardship before, led people through it, made decisions that worked. And now, he trusted his fear more than anything else. The gathering happened without warning. People filled the square. Abina already knew. She had seen this moment coming for years. She looked for her mother, found her, standing there, eyes on the ground. "Look at me," Abina thought, just once. But she didn't. The elder spoke. "You have taken enough from us." "I have taken nothing," Abina said quietly. We reject you. The words landed, and something inside her finally let go. She looked at them, at all of them, and for the first time she understood. Not one of them was going to save her. Not even the one person who should have. They walked her to the forest at dusk. No one touched her. They didn't need to. At the edge, the elder pointed into the dark. Do not come back. Abina turned, looked at the village one last time. Then she said, softly, I was never what you were afraid of. No one answered. Because no one understood. Not yet. She turned and walked into the forest. For a while, felt like the village had been right. The sick recovered. People smiled again. The air felt lighter. She was the problem, they said. We're safe now. But something was wrong. Quiet at first, then harder to ignore. Two brothers fought over land, and no one stepped in. Families locked food away from each other. A boy stole from someone who once fed him like a son. And when he was caught, there was no shame. Then it got worse. A man was beaten over a debt that would have once been forgiven. He didn't survive the night. That was when people stopped pretending. Something had been holding things together, and it was gone. The rain stopped. The land cracked open, and whatever had been buried beneath their fear rose. They turned on each other the same way they had turned on her, looking for someone to blame. But there was no one left. Even the elder wasn't safe. His own son stood in front of him and accused him. And for the first time, he had nothing to say, because something inside him had started to break. Kojua felt it too. But hers wasn't confusion. It was recognition. She had buried the truth for years. Now it wouldn't stay buried. The storm stopping, the calm around her daughter, the way things never fell apart while she was still there, and the way everything was collapsing now. She didn't sleep. She couldn't. Because she finally understood something she had spent her life avoiding. She knew. Not fully, but enough. Enough to have chosen differently. And she didn't. At sunrise, she ran to the forest. Abina! Nothing. Please. I know what I did. I should have chosen you. Silence. She fell to her knees, crying in a way that comes too late to change anything. Behind her, the village was already breaking, and there was nothing left to stop it. They never found Abina. Maybe the forest kept her. Maybe she kept going. Maybe she finally found a place where she didn't have to shrink. No one knows. But the village never recovered. People left. Those who stayed quieter, smaller, like something inside them had been exposed. The elder died not long after. They say he spoke to someone before he went. We didn't know what you were, he said. But that wasn't true. They knew. Somewhere deeper than fear. They knew. And every year when the storm returned, Akojua stood at the forest's edge, calling her daughter's name, waiting, hoping, listening. But Abina never answered. Not once. And that silence, that complete, permanent silence, was the only justice that village ever received. Because the thing they feared was never the girl. It was what lived inside them all along. And the only person strong enough to hold it back was the one they chose to destroy.